Welcome back to the channel. My name's Tom, and today I'm back at the Crystal Mall in Waterford, Connecticut. The last time I was here was back on New Year's Eve 2023, so about 6 months ago.
That's good.
Back then it was looking pretty bad. And spoiler alert, it's not looking any better now. But let's take a look around and see what's changed. So I filmed this on May 25th, the same day I did my JCPenney walkthrough. So if you want to see what JCPenney looked like a couple days before closing, check out that video. I'll link it in the description below. And before we take a walk through the mall, let's take a quick look inside the arcade. Not surprisingly, there's nobody in the arcade.
It's not a lot of actual games. It's not a lot of actual games. It's a lot of these like claw machines and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Warning, warp core breached.
Welcome aboard. Safely enter Mars.
I know I've said it before, but I always wonder how these arcades make any money, or if they actually do make any money, because there's rarely anybody here playing the games, and then the rest of the time, the games are just playing in the background using energy, and I would have to assume they're losing a lot of money here, just on the electric costs alone. Does anybody know what this game is? I can't read the marquee, but my guess would be it's probably from the 70s or 80s.
What the heck is this?
What is that?
It looks old. I don't know what that is. Okay, I put in a quarter to start a game. Insert token. I did. Oh, there goes the quarter.
If there's any of you out there that want to see more arcade videos, stay tuned to the channel, because in July, maybe August at the latest, I'm going to have a few videos up of some really amazing arcades with a lot of classic games. Not that new stuff there. We're talking 70s, 80s, 90s, the good stuff. Like I said earlier, when I filmed this was a couple days before JCPenney closed. At the time, JCPenney was the last anchor in this mall. Well, now that JCPenney is closed, this mall has no anchor stores, which is not good.
So apparently that elevator does work.
Yeah.
I remember when we were here last time, I didn't see a button on it,
No.
but somebody said there were buttons on it, so.
And don't forget, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, and hit that notification bell. I've got a lot more mall videos and store walkthroughs coming up. Thanks.
Oh, there it is. The button is on the side of the door. I didn't see that last time.
Oh.
Yeah. I think somebody's coming down. Just right it up.
So as you can see, Crystal Mall has one of the now somewhat rare FYEs with the old blue and orange logo. I much prefer that logo to the new one.
I don't know what they're saying.
They were making some sort of announcement in the background, but we just couldn't figure out what they were saying. It was totally muffled.
Tax deductions.
So as you may have noticed, I'm doing this walkthrough with my mom, and I have to apologize about the audio. She was making some comments here and there, and you can't really hear her too well in the video. But I'll do my best to tell you what she was saying.
Yeah, it's probably availability of parts, I'm guessing.
My mom was commenting on how a lot of the escalators aren't working, and she was wondering why. And like I just said, I'm thinking it's probably due to a lack of availability of parts. It's really all I can think of, because a lot of the malls I go to have escalators that are not operational. So I don't think it's necessarily an issue with this mall in particular, or the owners of this mall. However, with that being said, the owners of this mall since 2023 are Namdar Realty Group, the same owners of the Enfield Square Mall. And they recently announced at Enfield Square that they're probably most likely going to be tearing it down and replacing it with essentially a strip mall. And in May of this year, 2024, Namdar also announced that they may possibly either be selling this mall
Bath and Body Works is still
or
open.
redeveloping it,
Yep.
which to me indicates possibly tearing it down, just like they're doing with Enfield Square Mall. But we'll have to wait and see what happens there.
Yeah. So that's apparently Waterford Crystal.
Is it really?
Yeah. And we are in Waterford, Connecticut. And that's
Makes sense.
this is the Crystal Mall. So
Yeah.
yeah, I would imagine so. I don't know. It was pretty bad last time too.
My mom was commenting that there seemed to be a lot more closed stores today than when we were here back on New Year's Eve. And I actually think, I mean, there are more closed stores now than there were back then, but not a lot more. It was pretty bad back then too. I'd have to watch back my old video to see exactly what stores have closed since then. But there were already so many closed that it's kind of hard to tell. And now, sorry to disappoint some of you, but I will not be getting candy out of the candy machines probably from now on. A couple reasons for that. One, I don't need all that sugar. But the main reason is when I did my road trip down to New Jersey back in February, I went to a lot of malls and I got a lot of candy out of the machines. 2 days after getting back from that trip, I got horribly sick, and I was sick for like 3 weeks. And one of my guesses as to how I got sick was touching all of those vending machines and then putting my hand in my mouth with the candy. So because I don't want to get sick for 3 straight weeks again, I'm laying off the candy machines for now. There's the old Bed Bath & Beyond. That closed in 2023. It was there from about, I think, 2008 to 2023. And then before that, it was a Filene's.
This is another store that's going out of business, Route 21.
Oh.
People have been talking about it on the internet. I've never been in one. I think it's mostly like women's and
Yeah. I've never been.
children's
there.
clothing, I think.
And stay tuned, I will do a quick walkthrough of that Route 21 in just a couple minutes.
Oh, this escalator's down too.
Yeah. Sears?
Yeah. Was.
Yep, so straight ahead, that was Sears from opening day in 1984 up until 2019.
So I think we've seen, what, one working escalator?
So far.
Not counting the one in JCPenney?
And if you watched my JCPenney video, you might remember that there were 2 escalators in JCPenney, and one of those also was not working. So counting them all in JCPenney, I would say that's 4 non-operational escalators and 2 operational escalators. Which I think is really ridiculous, because as it is, to get down to the first floor from here, we have to go all the way back to the center of the mall.
I think this was a Starbucks fairly recently.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, last 4 days for Rue 21. They must all use the same vendor for these closing things because the signs are identical.
They are.
I'm sure somebody would complain if I didn't do a quick walkthrough. You can buy these, $500 for both,
Oh, wow.
for the
Oh,
sensors.
yeah.
This is my first time ever in a Rue 21, and I can see why I've never been in here before. I'm a guy in my mid to late 40s, and I'm very clearly not the target audience for this store. Looks like a nice store, don't get me wrong, but it's just not for me.
These mannequins are much more expensive. $175. I think they're $25 at JCPenney. You want to go on a ride with one of those animals? I was gonna say it smells like yeast in here, or dough. We're making fresh pretzels.
Yeah.
I've never gotten a pretzel from one of these places,
No, I don't think I have.
and you see them all over the place. Yeah. Let's go down the stairs.
Your shoes untied, Ange.
I think this is like a antique store, a
Oh,
junk store.
yeah.
Some of that.
In case anybody was wondering, I don't mean the term junk store in a derogatory way. That's just a term we've always used for basically indoor flea markets like that or antique stores. And if you've watched any of my flea market videos, you probably know that I love junk. So if anybody ever wants to see me come back here and maybe do a video in that store, let me know.
I think this might have been open when we were here last time, the Hallmark store.
Nope, I was wrong. I watched back the video from New Year's Eve, and that CVS was closed back then too.
It says they're hiring, but maybe they're just not open yet. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
This Christmas tree shop also closed last year in 2023, and before that it was Filene's from opening day up until 2006. Alright, does anybody out there want me to rent one of these motorized animals someday and take it for a spin? I think that might make a pretty interesting video. Might also turn a lot of heads.
There's all the screws. Hopefully they don't miss. Hopefully they don't lose them.
Oh, my goodness.
They're hiring.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Looks like a nice quiet place to work.
I'd say probably 80% of these are closed.
Oh, yeah.
They're playing the Golden Girls theme song. Is that what the kids listen to nowadays? That's the new popular music? Yeah. Maybe they figure there's a lot of elderly mall walkers that were big fans of the Golden Girls.
So this was Macy's up until 2021, and before that it was Jordan Marsh from 1984 until 1996, when it got replaced by Macy's. And there's a little tear in this paper, so let's see if we can get a peek inside. This orange sign says, "This elevator is out of service. Danger. Do not operate this elevator."
It's an interesting ad for a optical glasses shop.
Since I was here in December of 23, more restaurants have closed. On the left, this used to be Charlie's Philly Steaks, and apparently that closed the day after I was at the mall, so January 1st is when it closed officially. Then this used to be a Taco Bell. This was closed last time as well. I'm not sure what used to be in there.
No, thanks.
This used to be the Subway restaurant, which was also closed the last time I was here, but was open the time before. This used to be a Pizza Hut, and it was closed the last time I was here, but it was open the time before.
It's not looking good. The what?
The crystal.
Oh, I don't know. Hopefully they don't trash it. All right, we can actually go up this escalator. Yeah.
So before we leave, let's take one last look at the JCPenney. As I mentioned, the JCPenney did close a couple days after this, so if you go back to the mall now, I'm assuming it's going to be all closed up.
All right, let's take a ride down the escalator in there, and then we can head out.
And as always, don't go anywhere yet. We're going to do a drive around to the mall next, and we can see what's going on outside. This is the old Macy's building. And there's the old JCPenney. Here's the old Sears, and I'm pretty sure this was the old automotive center, just based on those doors. This is the old upper level of Sears, and as you can see, this area is in horrible condition. It's literally falling apart. And it's only been vacant since 2019. And there you have it. That's the Crystal Mall in Waterford, Connecticut. And I think everybody would agree it's not doing well. This mall is probably on its way out. That would be my guess. Nothing's been announced, of course, as far as actually tearing it down or anything. But the recent news in May about Namdar saying that they were going to either sell it or redevelop it, to me indicates that, again, like the Enfield Square Mall, they're probably going to tear this mall down within a few years. That would be my guess. But as always, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But whatever happens, I do plan to be here documenting it. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, and hit that notification bell. I've got a lot more mall videos coming up, as well as store walkthroughs and, of course, flea markets. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.